Hello, relatively simple little skill here. This is the law of the conservation of mass, and you're expected to know the law of the conservation of mass means that matter can neither be created nor destroyed. I'm not going to write it in there for you. Matter can neither be created nor destroyed during the process of a chemical reaction, right? So whatever mass the reactants are is the same as the mass of the product. That's point 2. So whatever the mass of the reactants are added together is the same as the mass of the product. Now that law is pretty clear and straightforward, but how will that be examined in an exam paper? These are very short and 1-mark questions, and we'll have a go at a few now. So if we look at this question here, it's asking you to find out the mass. It hasn't even got a proper balanced equation. Doesn't matter, because you know the mass of the hydrogen and oxygen. It's saying to you, well, if that's the mass of the hydrogen and oxygen, what must the mass of the product be? I'm not even going to check to see if those numbers make sense. You've just got to add them together. And if the reactants have a mass of 26.2, which is those two numbers added together, the mass of water is 20, that must be 6.2. Now again, I'm not trying to work out if these numbers make sense. I just found this worksheet somewhere on our drive, and it kind of makes sense to do these simple calculations. If the reactants are 23.6 and one of the products is 13.0 grams, this must be 10.6, and so on. Usually in an exam they're worded a bit more like this, where you're told, let's do question 6. When ammonium nitrate explodes, products of nitrogen, oxygen and water, you've got 40 grams of ammonium nitrate, 14 grams of nitrogen, 8 grams of oxygen. So all you've got to do to work out the grams of water is do 40, take away the total mass of the nitrogen and oxygen that are formed, which is 22. I should have added those together, so 14 and 8 in there. Anyway, that comes to 18 grams. That's all you've got to do. Job done, nice and simple. Look out for those. They come in every paper, but they're quite simple questions which you need to be able to do.